Oh man, that's gonna make me crazy. I gotta get those air bubbles out of there. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So why the unboxing after all this time? You know, I just realized I've been part of the Monster Bass team. Hang on. We need to change something. That's better. My first Monster Bass shirt, my first Monster Bass hat. I have been part of the Monster Bass team for a year now. It was a year and a month ago that I shot the video that kind of changed my trajectory with Monster Bass when I canceled the other company. Doesn't matter who, but I canceled that and switched over to Monster Bass. Now, I can do an unboxing for you guys, and I can show you what came in the September box for the South region. We're going to break it down really quick for you. But that's not what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about is Monster Bass and why I do believe and still believe it is the better box, and why I'm glad that I made the switch, and why I'm glad that I'm still here with Monster Bass to this day. So let's get into it. Strike King Lucky Shad, 8 foot. This is the Blue Gizzard Shad. Okay, Blue Gizzard Shad, paint, whatever it is. You guys know I stumble all over the place. 8 foot crankbait. We've got the Super K Jigs Walkabout in a little sexy shad pattern, finesse style walking bait. Got the Bait Lab, what is this, Candy Perch, a little crankbait, little square bill action right there. 1 to 4 foot, perfect. We got the Daichi drop shot standout hooks. Standout, yes. I actually just used these the other day. Fantastic drop shot hooks. We got the Big Bite Baits. Little baby 3-inch Rojas Fighting Frog. Great little creature bait. It's very reminiscent to my favorite creature bait of all time, which is the Strike King Rage Bug. We've got the Smart Baits. Little drop shot bait right there. This looks like a little bit of a green pumpkin candy or green pumpkin blue flake. And then the 13 Fishing My Name's Jeff swim baits. Great baits for September, for fall, going into the fall transition. I don't know what that was. Monster Bass. It's been a year. It's been over a year. It's been a year that I've been part of the team now. It's been over a year that I've actually been with Monster Bass. I was rolling with a few different other boxes while taking Monster Bass at the same time, and made the switch, and I'm glad I did. And here's one of the reasons why. And this is what I'm hoping will maybe help some of you guys make the switch as well, to try something different. The thing with Monster Bass, better baits in the better box. Okay, that's one of the go-tos right there. You know, the hashtag the better box, and better baits in the better box. There's going to be baits in there that are designed for your region that are meant to excel. Now, right now, if you're in Oklahoma or you're in the South region, you know fall is right there. We're right on that cusp. It's like that dead area. If you believe in the moon phases, I talked about this even with John the other day, and he's like, oh, you never would have talked about that a year ago, and he's right, 100% right. I've learned so much. But we're right in that cusp right now to where it's kind of like, okay, 3 to 4 days before the new moon or the full moon, 3 to 4 days after, but not right there. It's just dead. Dead. So I go out, I throw the swim baits, I throw the swim jigs, not the swim jigs, I throw the underspins. So we're on that cusp of where it's just kind of like they want to kick off, but they're not kicking off just yet. So what do you do? You go to your Monster Bass box, you see what's in there. What am I going to do? And what I did the other day, I pulled some of these out. I pulled out the old drop shot. I have not thrown a drop shot in a long freaking time now. Pull out the drop shot. The standout hooks, they make drop shotting extremely easy. I mean, it's about as easy as you can get. You tie the knot and then you pull your tag line through the swivel right there, and then that hook stands straight out. I pulled those out. I threw on a little finesse bait, got the skunk out of the boat. It was my one and only for the night. That was it. But because I got those hooks and because I got those baits, it made me get out of my own way. So that's what I'm wanting to talk to you guys about today. Get out of your own way. Try Monster Bass. You're going to get baits you've probably never even tried before, never even seen before, anything like that. Before them, crankbaits were not in my wheelhouse whatsoever. I love crankbaits now. Topwater walking baits, everything. October is coming up, and October is going to be absolutely sick. One of the best boxes we've had in a long freaking time, and I'm pumped. I'm stoked about it. I don't want to get into the baits about this month because if you've seen the baits already, there have been tons of unboxings. So we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to do an unboxing. I simply want to say thank you to Monster Bass because I wouldn't be here without you. I wouldn't be where I am. I wouldn't have learned everything. I wouldn't have tried these different baits. I wouldn't have seen different things and tried different ways of fishing. Box after box after box after box from Monster Bass. There's a reason. Do I use every bait that's in the box? No, not at all. And you don't have to. That's not the deal. Monster Bass is not, you have to use every single bait in the box, and not every single bait is going to work. Because sometimes you're going to get something that you're not comfortable with. Sometimes you're going to get an 8-foot diving crankbait, and you're bank fishing in shallow ponds. Are you going to be able to use that right then? No, probably not. Or you're going to lose it, and then it's going to suck. So, what do you do with those baits that you don't use? You save them. You give them out to somebody. Find somebody who does not have something like that. Branch out. Introduce people to Monster Bass. Say, hey, you know what? I'm not going to use this. I got this in a Monster Bass box. Check it out. Do what floats your boat. Maybe you have a boat, and then that crankbait would be good. I'm going to keep that handy just in case here. Throw it right up there. The other Strike King stuff. Guys, check out Monster Bass. Okay? It is the better box. They are the better baits. And I can promise you one thing. You won't be disappointed. The customer service is there. The team, the guys that are representing Monster Bass, the friends I've made, everything about this journey has been fantastic. It's been a year. Thanks again, Monster Bass. Thank you to every single one of you guys. I appreciate you all. I'll see you next time we're on the water.